The middle part here is the manager's blog, so a communication vehicle. Again, this is built right into Salesforce. Who I am, what I need to do next, visual indicators of the things that are there for me to do. Every single thing has a progress bar to show me how close I am to achievement. I got, again, another part of the profile page, a badge case that shows me my progress. And I have here notifications. So, yeah, sure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
That's okay.
Who has access to this? So my boss can see it, and do my coworkers can see it? Can everybody see my profile?
Yes.
With how far I'm going towards my quota? And
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So you're able to really explore other people in the organization, and that kind of transparency keeps people motivated to not be embarrassed by their performance. Yes. Yeah.
So how many hours a week is this employee investing on this to make it successful for this employee?
So they're not actually spending any time in playing gamification. They're just doing all the things they would be doing as a sales rep anyway. So I get, I have my quota. I need to, sell $1 million worth of software this year, and so in this tool, every time I know, so my boss knows that he needs to say, Molly, if you're going to sell $1 million, your plan is that breaks down into, let's say, $250,000 a quarter, and if you're going to do that much business a quarter, you need to create 25 opportunities based on the price point of our product, and then you have to get this many leads in the funnel. So there'll be a challenge that says get this many leads in the funnel by the end of the quarter. Because he knows if I do that, then I'm going to be more likely to reach my quota. So none of this is extra stuff that an employee wouldn't be doing. It's really just rewarding them for all the behaviors they should be doing anyway. Another example, and then I'll grab your question next, definitely, is if you guys have used a CRM before, have you gone into someone else's lead or opportunity and only part of the information is filled out? And so you really have no bearing and you can't really tell what's going on, so you have to go talk to the person whose opportunity is anyway. So what if you could say, I'm going to reward you for filling out these specific fields because I know that has a benefit to the organization. So it's a really common question we get, which is, I don't want people spending time playing something, I want them doing their work. Yeah. Yes?
Can it be individualized?
Yes.
Is everyone treated the same with the same kind of goals?
That's my favorite question so far. You get a gold star. That's actually a relatively, this year, new feature, right? So if you think of Gamification 1.0 is everybody's treated the same, Gamification 2.0, or whatever .0 we're on right now, is exactly that everybody has a different set of objectives because they're a unique individual. If I'm going to have a different quota than you do, then how could we all be treated the same? And so there's the ability in Salesforce, for those of you using it, to set roles. And then our platform piggybacks on the role and says, if you're in this role, then you have this reward structure, but you still can see everybody's profile, and that's kind of like an understood differentiator in rewards.
If your small business does not have Salesforce, is there a way to do something along these lines?
Are you thinking about motivating a sales team? Yeah. So a lot of this stuff is the stuff that sales teams do already, right? Like there's the back room with the whiteboard and the leaderboard that the manager is constantly updating with the spreadsheets, and so that, I mean, the manual version of that really is it's really the same kind of stuff. The only thing I would say is to think about how to tie it in to certain events or certain privileges that maybe your organization has. So for example, it's not just that there's a leaderboard of who's meeting their quota or exceeding their quota or doing the best toward their quota. Is there like a yearly conference that you all go to, and could you offer someone who's consistently at the top some kind of like bonus, or they get special treatment at that event? So it doesn't cost you anything, but maybe they have a special seat, or there's an announcement at that event, something to really tie into like a status type of thing. Yes?
Back to commercial applications. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at your website and I see the range of clients you have. Are there any types of companies for which you haven't found this to be very well applied?
Yes. If there was a company that I already used a cyborg joke, so I can't. A robot, where robots work there. As long as humans are working there, this stuff works.
I'm talking about commercial, customer.
Oh, as long as people are interacting.
Not motivating salespeople.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the stuff
consumer facing.
Starbucks.
Yeah. So people are interacting with it. People are fundamentally desirous of these incentives. So we haven't seen anything where it doesn't work. I think the reason is though, and you get to a good place, which is it's not the same for everybody, right? Gamification for a bank, for example. I don't want to have my profile public. I don't want people seeing my bank balance. So you need to make sure that you're applying all this stuff in the way that makes the most sense for the organization that you're talking with. Health and wellness, healthcare, anything that's dealing with sensitive information, you just want to make sure you're approaching it in a thoughtful and delicate way. And
so when I think of gamification, first one that comes to mind is compete. But I guess you be careful not to use that word. I don't know whether there's any thoughts you have from a strategy point of view.
Compete, just competition in general?
Yeah, competition. You be careful not to use competition. Is that part of the strategy? Is there a negative connotation to competition?
I think it's just part of the strategy, right? So I think we all have a variety of different facets to our personalities and to what motivates us as individuals. Some people are really turned off by competition. Some people thrive on it. So an assumption I tend to make is if I go into a sales organization, I can make an assumption that those people are probably more competitive than another group. Like we had worked on a consumer application with Chiquita Banana, and it was all moms, and it was about donating money. So you're like, okay, competition, maybe no, but maybe collaboration. Like, what if we're all working together to unlock better prizes for everybody? Okay, that sounds cool, and then the brand really liked that, and it seemed to resonate more, and we stayed away from competition, but I wouldn't say that there's a catch-all no-no around competition at all. Real-time feedback, notifications, these are just little toast pop-ups, right? When you talk about low barrier to entry stuff that you can do, any real-time feedback that you can provide is really helpful. And they can contain video, so if you want to show a little, let's say I just finished a training course and there's the next training course in the series, and you want to pop up a video to show me either a sneak peek of the next training course, or maybe just have that auto start because I'm on a roll already. That's another option as well. Leaderboards to get to the competition, making sure that you're able to show people not only how they compare all time, but in smaller chunks of time, because all-time leaderboards tend to almost be demotivating because the same guy is going to be on top forever because he started on day 1 and I started on day 50 and I'll never catch up and now I'm bummed. So thinking about how you can slice and dice data, not only short and long term, but then also how do you put me in the middle and show people above and below me, so it's not just the top 50, 10, however many, because I may not be there, but I want to see who's around me in the community. And then group and team leaders to show how big groups of people compare to each other as well. Oh, and then this is something I haven't talked about, but it goes back to your profile question. On the right side, there's a what's happening now. It's a news feed. So just kind of like the activity feed on a lot of the sites you probably visit on a daily basis. And it's just really showcasing what people are doing. And it's trying to map those activities to the reward structure. So highlighting the rewards that people are earning, and I can click through to their profile and learn more about them as an individual.